So I met this guy who was an air conditioning technician, and we met at a bar. I could tell my first impressions were, oh my God, this guy is so nice, so sweet. He's really making an effort. Often in the first 5 minutes, the guys go quiet, and it's up to me to start the conversation and generate the chemistry. But this guy jumped right in, and um, you could tell he was just making the effort to impress. I think I'd said on my profile something about how important first impressions are in terms of weighing up if you like them or not. I just think they're so significant, and that usually my feelings are established within the first few minutes, and that doesn't often change that much. I mean, I know you get to know people and find out more things about them, but yeah, your general impression and whether you like them or not is usually established pretty early on. So this guy was so sweet. We went to a bar and he shouted the drinks. We talked about our lives. I was quite interested in his background. So he had a really difficult background. I think he got kicked out of home while he was in high school, and he was staying in like a foster house or a group home or something. And then he had to go back and live with his mum. And then his mum got really sick, and now he lives with her so he can take care with her. So he has to like make her meals. He has to be home in time to make her dinner. And I think she doesn't treat him very well. That was why he didn't want to live there in the first place. So that's kind of a sad story. The other thing is that he hadn't been on a date in like 6 months. Um, so it puts the pressure on me a little bit. It sort of means that, he's obviously really hoping it'll work out. So on the second date, we went to a cafe and he shouted me lunch. I mean, this is so unusual for the guys to shout me. The majority of the time we go Dutch. It's very unusual that they shout. But I have to admit, I love it when they do. I just think it's generous. It's sweet. I really wanted to make it work because he was so kind and a good listener, and just, I mean, I said it like a million times, but he's like this typical nice guy. And there's not many of them out there. I so desperately wanted to make it work, but I just couldn't. I didn't find him attractive. I kept trying to see if I could kiss him, if I felt like kissing him, if I found him attractive, and try to picture it. And I just kind of recoil whenever I think about it. I mean, you need to be attracted to them. And just being nice isn't enough to propel a whole relationship forward. On the second date, I was looking at my watch a lot. He was talking in detail about his job, um, and it was just tedious. And he just didn't have any mystery, or I knew his whole life story. There was nothing else to it. I knew his whole life. It's like I could get to know him so quickly. There's so many things to learn about me. I've got a million stories, and he just didn't have that. It was so hard ending it. I had to send him a text, and I just said, "Look, there's no chemistry." And he said he was hoping that the chemistry would develop. But it's so funny that he said that because a while ago, a guy had sent me a text ending it because there was no chemistry, and I had said the same thing back, that I was hoping it would develop. Anyway, that's the sad story of the air conditioning technician.